In the play Macbeth, William Shakespeare employs various bird images to help develop major characters and plots. In particular, in Act 4, Scene 2 involving the brutal murder of Lady Macduff and her son, the audience can find numerous bird references. In order to show the importance of birds in the scene, the upcoming film will have the different types of birds to symbolize the characters and sizes to signify power. The dialogues in the scene of the play are specifically based on Shakespeare's use of bird images. Therefore, some dialogues in the scene were omitted. Shortened dialogue enhances the effect of bird images on the audience.
Our interpretive piece involves shadow puppets to show Shakespeare's motif of darkness and light. Throughout the play, Macbeth constantly yearns for the night as his ambition grows. Night is able to hide his evil intentions from other characters, as well as diminishing his guilt upon himself. By using shadow puppets, we manipulate the size and shape to emphasize the power that the characters possess. This highlights the vulnerabilities of Lady Macduff and her son against the engulfing presence of the murderer. Therefore, using the silhouettes of birds, create an eerie and dark mood in the audience, while at the same time obscuring characters' reactions to unfortunate events that would occur to them.
Ross and Messenger will be portrayed as the raven, both a messenger bird and a bird of ill omen. When Duncan was approaching Macbeth's Inverness in Act 1, Scene 5, it was said that the raven himself is hoarse, which illustrates Ross's role as a messenger of events that will occur in the future. In another perspective, Hoarse Raven foreshadows the inevitable death of Duncan, which would cry due to unfortunate fate. In Act 4, Scene 4, Ross is warning Lady Macduff of the danger that he sees coming near them. He's acting like the raven by foreshadowing the danger that Lady Macduff and her son will be in, and by hinting deaths that would soon occur.
The Lady Macduff and her son will be shown as a chicken and a chick. After hearing upon the horrifying slaughter of his family in Act 4, Scene 3, Macduff shouts, "What? All my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop?" in disbelief. He recalls his dear wife and son as chickens because they are weak and powerless against the evil murderer. Moreover, when the murderer refers to his son as an egg in Act 4, Scene 2, it further supports the vulnerability of Lady Macduff and her son, for they are as easily breakable and damageable as a frail egg. Furthermore, chickens always live in flocks, and the process of removing a rooster causes disruption within the flocks, making the other chickens feel very nervous and disorganized. Like this, Lady Macduff feels very betrayed and nervous without her husband with her in Fife, because Macduff is not with his flock to protect them.
The murderer will be represented as an owl to fully capture his evil and dark nature. Macbeth mentions in Act 1, Scene 5 that he wants the night to come, so that he can commit his evil deed of killing Banquo and his son Fleance. Since then, Macbeth always yearns of night to come, so that his hunt can begin. Similar as Macbeth, owls are predators who only hunt at night. It is in the dark when they seek out for the prey. Likewise, in many cultures like the Native American or the Mayans, owls are often associated with evil, witchcraft, and death. The murderer and Macbeth are wicked characters, making the owl a perfect bird to play their role. Additionally, Lady Macduff mentions that even the most diminutive of birds will fight to protect their young ones in the nest against the owl in Act 4, Scene 2. The owl in this statement is referring to the murderer because when the moment strikes, she will have to protect herself and some from the murderer, the owl.
The birds represent the characters in every aspect, all mental, behavioral, and physical. By characterizing them as such simple creatures as birds, it is easy to understand their true nature and their role within the play. Furthermore, birds in nature also symbolizes what people strive for, freedom to fulfill one's ambition and to live an uncomplicated life. One of the conflicts that Macbeth deals with is ambition and greed. Through the use of Macbeth and his ultimate downfall due to his greed, Shakespeare questions us whether or not greed is worth sacrificing one's morality. Through this scene with Lady Macduff and her son, the audience realizes how willing he is to destruct his virtue to satisfy his growing ambition. Along with the use of bird images, Shakespeare develops the themes of ambition to show the reader how ambition will often lead to negative consequences. By foreshadowing death with the images of birds, Shakespeare demonstrates how one often ends up less satisfied as one commits greater risks to fulfill one's greed.
What has he done to make him fly the land? His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion, and his titles in a place whence himself does not fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch, for the poor worm, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in a nest against the owl. As little is the wisdom, where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cause, I pray you school yourself. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and none. I take my leave of you, shall not be long, but I'll be here again.
Sir, your father's dead, and what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, those never fear the net, nor not lime, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father is not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How will you do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father. Bless you, fair dame. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Where's your husband? He's a traitor.
You lies, thou shag-haired villain!
What? You egg? Young fry of treachery?
He has killed me, mother! Run away, I pray you! Ah!